Because it really makes a lot of difference if you want to do something from normal steel or if you will aluminium or something like that. That is really a big difference in
just speak about this. Only this is cheap. This plate, this panel of stainless steel top of this jar. Just only we can make a.
Yeah, if you see now with this instrument, we did that. So it is the top is aluminium here. This one. So we already changed that. Yeah. So the really important things they are. So here it is just you have to move it a little, and then you have to bring it a little. Yeah. So sometimes it's a little difficult. It's always good to exactly look how it is because there are different systems. We at the beginning it looked a little different, and so you have to check. How yeah.
Alan? Not Alan.
Yes.
Normal? Flat one.
Normal. No. Yes, it's not.
It's flat.
Flat. No.
Too
big.
Too big here.
It's normal.
Oh, there it is, the other one. Also here, so we are now in the upper position. This is the lower position. Just when. Oops.
Loose enough?
Yeah, you have to completely loosen that. And bring the chamber down, because otherwise you will just crash down. But it won't hurt somebody, but and also these two you have to remove to bring that.
Let's put there.
Okay, and then the same here. Just you have to move a little around that.
Okay.
So now we have everything open, or most of the part is open. So here, this is the CCD sensor, which we measure. We measure different things. We measure, is there a plate inside? So if it goes down and there is no plate inside, the instrument will say, "Oh,
no, there
you've
is
got it." Yeah, stupid guy. Yeah. Got it. Or we say we measure if it's fully down, and we measure the
volume. The development.
Yeah, the development distance. Yeah. So this can also cause some troubles. So the sensor, this can cause some trouble, and we learned that also a fan here sometimes gives some trouble. So if you hear a fan which is doing like so changing the speed, immediately exchange it. Because the thing is that the electronics will just see if the motor is going up and down, the power will change, and that is not recognized by the software, but the humidity sensor is at the same power line, and then the system sees, oops, this is a sudden jump for the humidity and temperature sensor, so this is the sensor is defect and shows displays sensor defect, but really defect is the fan, not the sensor. So therefore, if you have something like you go every 2 weeks to a customer and he says always the sensor is defect, and you changed already the sensor, and don't change it again, it is most likely the fan. Now to change the sensor, there are two things, two possibilities. One possibility could be here with a lamp.
Yes.
But no, I don't have
because he's inside me. This is small. I have to.
Yes,
no, yeah. I have to put it like with this because this
very small.
See it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have seen it?
Where is it?
It's small, so you can also put it because the plug is this.
Oh yes.
And more or less is this way.
Yeah.
But I prefer, even if I have to open some screws more.
I have to do it.
The reason also for that is that I usually I exchange this whole board.
Yeah.
The reason for that is, you will see, so this is an old one. Luckily I didn't try to take it away. So this is an old one where we really solder it on the board. New ones, it is a socket. You could take it out here.
It's okay.
The thing is, if it is corroded sometimes, also you can assume that the connectors are also corroded. So therefore, I change because it's 10 francs more, something like that. So it's not a huge difference between the sensor and the board and the sensor together. And also, if you do it like here, you really have to exactly know where to put it back and things like that. So sometimes you bend one of the legs and then it's difficult and so. So therefore, there are two or three screws more, but it's not easy. You do it like that. Then you do it here, and then you have to spend an hour to fix it. And don't touch on it usually, or it's really sensitive.
Sensor.
Yeah.
Of course, Is it possible to change this part of panel? If it's corrosion?
Then you have to...
For ADC1?
For ADC1?
Oh.
No, ADC1 we do not have any
purchase
spare
a new
parts.
frame, huh?
No, we don't have any spare parts for ADC1.
So you have to
That's
take
good.
it.
What about ADC2, if you have this corrosion here?
You have to rebuild the whole, not the whole, but you can exchange that for sure.
This way.
Yeah.
This panel, only this
But you see, the whole chamber is built on this. You see here the screws here, and so this thing is this is the basic. So that's what I mean. So you have to rebuild.
You want to remove all this, then change this, but the basic.
It won't be that easy. But this shouldn't corrode because it's aluminium.
Yeah.
And I have seen that there were some white. It's not corrosion. It's some white. It's also not salt. You don't get it away, but it is some like a dust on it.
Yes.
But you can't.
You cannot remove.
You cannot remove it. But that it's okay. I think it's not really
it's not
interfering with something usually. And then so it is 1, 2, and the third, the one is also the CCD, but that's the whole thing. But the third also is, what we learned is that you see this belts here. There are two belts on both sides. I see that's interesting. So, as they stay always like they are here. So that is the normal condition the instrument is standing for 99% of its lifetime. The belts are bent like that always, and they look. If you remove them, they look like a triangle already. And so sometimes it happens that you get some errors like lift error and like that, but you don't see any problem, and that's usually because these belts there are so worn out that you have to replace them.
And how do you replace it?
Well, that's quite easy. You remove these screws here, and then the motor comes in here. Then you have these 4 screws here, the little two free from there, and then you can take off the belt. You could also, if you don't have the belts, and here it's just the So here you have this screw where you can loosen it, and these two. And then the belt comes in.
And this?
Yeah, this is the service instrument. That should be connected to somewhere. This is somewhere here, but
this is for Earth ground.
Everything. But what you also can do if you don't have the belts with you, you can loosen this 4 and this 4 screws, and then just bring the belt a little down, that these positions are no longer at the same time. But this is just an intermediate solution.
This is very difficult one to use. This one, this screw. Yes.
Which one?
This screw here, behind this.
Oh, you can bring that down.
Oh.
Because Camag, it's also this screw here. This screw here. Now this is, as I said, a pre-production sample.
Yeah.
I had also once this problem. I said, "Oh, hey, you can't open this screw. The hole is up there." And then I said, "Yeah." But if you lift the chamber, it is exactly at okay. So that's yeah. So these are the three things.
Yeah.
Or 3.5. The CCD. So if the CCD is not working anymore, so CCD error.
No problem with this valve, huh?
Yeah, as I said,
Usually-
just cleaning
yeah.
the valves itself. I haven't seen that there were defects, so they are okay.
Good system. This is simple.